I think we all want to be rich and successful, but most of us don't know how to be. In school, we're taught that we need to go get a job and learn how to go to university and then get a job that pays us $100,000 a year after being in $300,000 of debt. That's an old way of thinking, and for many of us, it's worked. Our parents, sure, it's worked, but anymore, that doesn't work. Hi, my name's Nate, and I post videos about personal finance, crypto investing, and personal development as well. Stay tuned for the rest of this video because I'm going to be talking about what we need to do to get to a place where we're making the money we want to be. In recent years, the dream of online business, money beyond our wildest dreams, passive income, and a life of luxury has caught the eyes of many young men like you and I due to social media and the life that it portrays to so many of us. Andrew Tate's Hustlers University only increased his popularity. He sold this dream of being rich and having everything he wanted. And so, while this dream is rooted in reality, I feel like everyone wants to portray the image, oh yes, this passive income is the way to go. But most of us have realized that passive income is not a reality. It never will be. But there is a way to get to those riches that we want and honestly deserve if we put the work in. So, yeah, as I said before, passive income simply doesn't exist. Real estate is the closest that things really get to passive income besides possibly yield farming and crypto, but that all has risks. In real estate, we got to have renters and everything, so it's all not passive. Yet, we know this, and we're ready to put the work in. I believe, at least. But there are a few things holding us back. There are a few things that are making it so we don't just go and work on what we need to do, get to the dreams that we all want. Simply put, the only reason we're not rich beyond our wildest dreams is because of a possible few things, perhaps 5 of them. Number 1, we're too arrogant to truly listen to others and learn from the mistakes and successes of others. Instead, we believe we know everything. I think most of us are willing to listen, so I don't think it's a real thing, but for some of us it may be. Number 2, because we're all lazy and don't want to put the work in. I'm sure that's the case for some, again, but I think that most of us, if we were told how to make $200 an hour, we would. We put the work in and get there. Number 3, because we don't know what to do, where to get started, and how to succeed. I think that's the biggest for most of us because there's so much information online, but we don't know what's real. There's Hustlers University and there's these different topics like that, but it doesn't really get down to where, like, okay, sure, we can follow him, but he's only made his money because he sells the idea of getting rich. And number 4, because we don't believe we can make it, because we just feel like it's too much for us. That may be in the cards for some people, but not us. Again, I don't believe that's how most of us young men feel. We've got aspirations and we're ready to put the work in to do that. Our parents, sure, they feel like the only way they can really succeed and get to the life they want is through those jobs, and that's worked for them. But for us, we know that there are a lot of dumb people that have made it, so we can too. Lastly, it would be number 5, because we don't have the dedication to follow through with things that are more than, okay, a week away, a next paycheck away. That's the case for many of us. It's easy for us to work to invest money because we feel like we're really doing something, but when we force ourselves to learn by reading a book that's often quite boring, we don't get that instant gratification that TikTok and all the other social media apps give us. So our dopamine is depleted. We've got to work on this by putting time aside and putting dedicated time that we need to sit down, unplug from all the devices, and really get to work. Let's be honest, this is all some heavy stuff, and it can be very discouraging without proper guidance or proper plan. So, I'm going to craft a plan for both of us. We're going to set aside half an hour every day to work on our goals. We got to put our phones away, notifications off, and just sit down to think. Possibly, sure, you'll go to that phone after a bit when you think and you're going to explore some certain areas, to go get books. But we're going to do our research offline as much as we can, because online's far too distracting for our minds. They're designed for us to fail. These social media apps are designed for us to keep scrolling and wasting our lives away. So we gotta get offline as much as possible. Set aside books and 30 minutes a day to start with. Sure, we can do more in the future, but let's be realistic. Let's set 30 minutes aside a day that we've got to focus entirely on improving ourselves and getting our financial goals that we want. If we both practice mindful time away from our devices and time solely spent on this subject for, let's say, a week, then it should become at least somewhat of a habit. So let's both do that. Let's set our time aside and spend our time just on this, and then we can get back to it next week and see how our lives have changed. Is it just that we're getting less sleep because we've got more things to do? Or have we pursued our goals and are really getting to a place that we can see ourselves in the next 5 years, see our dreams coming to life? So yeah, I'm excited, and I hope you are too, to pursue this and get to a place that we want to be. To sum up what was said in this video, there are a lot of things that can hold us back, can keep us from doing what we really deserve to do and what would make us truly happy in the end. So there are also not a lot of things that are negative if we don't focus on those. If we don't focus on those things, just push them aside for a while and pursue the dreams that we want to. That's going to be it for this week's video, but I hope you participate in this 1 week exercise and see how our lives change. Please subscribe to my channel if you found use in this video and found it helpful, as well as commenting your thoughts down below and liking this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with more videos like this.